Thank you for listening to Curious Cat, the podcast that examines the shadowy space where science and the supernatural collide. I'm your host, Jennifer Hodes. Join me every week as I explore what it means to be a soul in a meat suit. Welcome to Curious Cat. This week, I want to begin with huge heart chakra gratitude for each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, for giving me input, and actually getting excited about what is happening with this tiny little podcast on my little postage stamp in the world. As you know, I just can't put junk out there. And so there may be gaps in the episodes I try to do weekly, but I just have to curate this whole thing with love and with spiritual guidance in play. And that is how I came to yet another angel. He landed on my plate. He's been everywhere. He has been trying to teach me about unconditional love. He's a divine bridge to unconditional love. And I swear, it's something that I think that when we're born on earth, it's a shock to find that it's not a place of love and light. And after we get through the shock as this baby coming into the world, we then put up our walls. And those walls say, we don't need unconditional love. Not only that, but let's paint over the walls and say, we don't deserve unconditional love. And we're stingy with our love to others. And I think that that is the opposite of what our soul speak is, what we really at our essence are, which is complete, unconditional, divine, beautiful, sparkly love. So with that in mind, let's get into this week's episode. You know how I like to begin. At the beginning, Chamuel 101. Chamuel can also be pronounced Samuel. The meaning of his name could be translated to he who sees God or he who seeks God. He is the angel of the heart and divine love as he helps all human beings to expand their unconditional love, their joy, compassion, forgiveness, and understanding in all areas of life. Sometimes through tough love, meaning he can teach you through challenging experiences so that you can learn your lessons and open your heart further in the long run. In Kabbalah's tree of life, Chamuel represents the quality called Geburah, Geburah, which means strength, as Chamuel is also said to be the archangel of strength, courage, and war in Christian and Jewish mythology and angelology. He's said to be one of 7 archangels. This powerful being is one of the 7 archangels in the angelic realm who is in direct contact with the Creator. His proximity to God gives him significant responsibilities and duties to carry out his divine mission in the physical world, helped by his army of angels of love. Oh my gosh, I just love knowing there's an army of angels of love. I feel like that their energy is just like pinky gold, almost like gold dust just showering over us all right now. I hope you can feel that. Chamuel has many powers, being one of the main emissaries of the Creator's love, also called the Christ consciousness, And some people call it the Christ grid. And he can help on all matters of the heart and relationships. In the physical world, this powerful angel helps us seek what our hearts truly long for, which means he can help us find peace in our existing relationships, a soulmate, new friends, a career, a lost object, which reminds me of my friend Miss Molly Knows, or our soul purpose so we can live a more fulfilled and joyful life. He can also help us overcome difficult situations in our life so that we can flow through our life more smoothly. Oh, good Lord, I need that. He sounds like loving sandpaper, doesn't he? Chamuel is a symbol of inner peace and unconditional love who can help us expand our self-forgiveness and self-esteem. I have goosebumps as I said that because who doesn't need a little self-forgiveness and a boost to the self-esteem? I found this from learnreligions.com. Chamuel isn't mentioned by name in major religious texts, but in both Jewish and Christian traditions, he has been identified as the angel who carried out some key missions. Those missions have included comforting Adam and Eve after God ousted them, sent by Archangel Chamuel to expel them from the Garden of Eden. And he also comforted Jesus Christ in the Garden of Gethsemane before Jesus' arrest and crucifixion. Chamuel has great protective power. Just like Archangel Michael, he protects our inner world from negative influences. So if you're scared about world events, you can call upon Archangel Chamuel to comfort you and bring protection and peace to your mind. On a more global scale, the angel Chamuel plays a significant role in protecting the world from negative entities. Chamuel is pure, infinite love in winged form, and his purpose is all about inspiring love into our hearts by holding and representing the Christ consciousness. He helps us cleanse and balance our heart chakra from negative emotions so we can develop our capacity to love and our positive energy, which is especially helpful for those with low self-esteem and self-worth so they can expand their sense of self-love. This sweet and powerful angel teaches us to practice forgiveness and gratitude and helps us expand our self-love and find peace in relationships with our inner selves. He also inspires us to surrender to life's ups and downs, not trying to control every outcome so we can attain a state of bliss as we flow through life more confidently. More from the Quantum Lab. I found this, Archangel Chamuel, the Archangel of Abundance, as our capacity to be abundant is directly linked to our ability to love. Have you ever heard that before? That's new to me as well, that our ability to be abundant is directly linked to our ability to love. Chamuel, they go on, helps us to attract abundance and prosperity by dissolving negative beliefs we may have about money and assists in finding peace in our relationship with money. So if you have money problems, you can call upon Chamuel so he can facilitate financial opportunities and gifts to come to you. Archangel Chamuel, they go on, the Archangel of Lost Objects. Okay, so my friend who I made through the podcast, Miss Molly Knows, she finds lost objects for people and she does it live on TikTok. And I feel like she's aligned with Chamuel, whether she knows about Chamuel or not. But Chamuel, he assists people in finding lost objects. And if you need his help on this, visualize the thing you're looking for and call upon Archangel Chamuel to help you find it. He may guide you through insights, visions, feelings, sensations, or thoughts. Just trust the process and follow your intuition. Archangel Chamuel and the pink light ray. Well, that sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? The pink light ray. But his twin flame, Archangel Charity, with that archangel's help, Chamuel rules over the third ray of light or flame of love, which is the pink ray of creativity, active intelligence associated with the heart chakra. The pink ray can dissolve feelings of guilt, low self-esteem, or resentment through unconditional love and compassion so that you can forgive, release the past, and expand the love in your heart chakra. His spiritual retreat is located in St. Louis, Missouri, which I found so interesting. Do all archangels have a spiritual retreat that I didn't know about? And I'm sorry to interrupt the article. You may ask to visit his ashram during your sleep and be bathed in his pure love. Oh my God, that sounds sumptuous, doesn't it? So more about Archangel Chamuel in general. And wow, now I'm beginning to understand why I needed to learn about this angel this week. So from askastrology.com, quote, because of his role as God's love, he is an angel of revelation, insight, and realization. Chamuel appears in your life when you need to understand the importance of unconditional love, trust, and faith. He is the divine bridge. And bridge has been a word for me this week. It keeps coming up. But he is a divine bridge to God's immensity, reminding us that we can grasp a portion of God's divinity, but not all of it. We grow through our revelation that love is conditional on the earthly realm, but from time to time we can connect with the unconditional love of spirit. Let's dive into the numbers, the angelic numbers of Chamuel. From askastrology.com, quote, the seventh archangel number is 777, the number 7 in triplicity. The angel Chamuel embodies this number. While angels are technically androgynous, Chamuel is depicted usually as male. He's God's love and the angel of peace who helps us understand the unconditional love of God. He provides insight into the mystery of God as the source of love and creation, which makes him the ideal representative for the number 777, they say. They go on, quote, the number 7 represents spirit, divine mystery, and purpose. It does not have a master design in numerology, so the duplicate number 77 is mundane. In triplicity, it becomes the divine number 777, which adds up to 21 and reduces to a 3, which is the divine energy of creativity and communication. Speaking of which, can we communicate to angels through numbers like they do with us? It's a question I've been asking myself lately. If we can communicate to angels through numbers like they do to us, like proactively. So if we need an angel to assist us with giving a public speech, can we use the number of the angel that excels here to draw their help in? Well, I found this during my Chamuel research, and it seems to confirm my hunch. Again, from askastrology.com, quote, we can reach out to the angels. We do not have to wait for them to send us a message. If you wish to ask for Chamuel's help, take a piece of paper and write the number 777 on it. And when you wake up in the morning or go to bed at night, have it there with you. Fold up the paper and keep it safe in your possession or place it under your pillow before you go to sleep. You can go about your day or your dreams. You can be open or you can ask a specific question related to the energy Chamuel rules. Angels want to help, so it's important for you to have clarity and conviction about your need and the purpose of your request. You also want to be sure that Chamuel is the best angel to get you the result and help you want and need. If Chamuel decides to answer you, you will see the number somewhere in your day or in your dreams. If you do, concentrate on what you were thinking about in that moment and plan to act with the divine 7 energy that Chamuel represents. Once you invite and spot angelic numbers in your daily life, oh my gosh, which I do all the time, do you? You will begin to see them more frequently and with more intensity. If the number for Chamuel is in your birth date or name, then he is one of your archangels and you are part of his divine spirit team. You can seek and provide illumination and wisdom to others through your conviction. If you live and act authentically regarding spiritual concerns, Chamuel will make an effort to support you. Related to this, asking angels through their numbers to assist us. Recently, my partner was sick and not getting better. I wrote the number 888 on him to draw the angels to heal him. I stuck the number in the pocket of his shirt. I also wrote it on his back with my finger. Wow, what a dramatic result. I'm not saying forego medical help, but damn, enlist angels in your healing process. It really helps. There are many signs and symbols from Archangel Chamuel. Archangel Chamuel's colors are the green and especially the pink, the heart chakra colors. So he may appear in visions in a glaze of pink and gold light or a rose bubble. It is also sometimes associated with the ruby red color of the root chakra. Other symbols of Archangel Chamuel include hearts. Hearts are one of the main symbols of Chamuel. So if you start seeing hearts wherever you go, in stones, clouds, graffiti in the street, you are recognizing the presence of Chamuel. As for the flower, the rose is the symbol that signifies Chamuel's presence and his angels of love. You may also use roses in your home to bring his loving presence into your home. The dove, known as a symbol of peace, is also a symbol of Archangel Chamuel and a sign that he is around. Oh my gosh, I love when I get a deep confirmation that this is exactly the angel I was supposed to share on Curious Cat. We have had 2 doves, mourning doves, that have moved into our backyard recently. They are beautiful, gentle creatures. And last week, after a massive snowstorm, I brought Cooper out to do his business. And there, just a few feet away from us, was a perfectly still dove, perched on a branch that had fallen off during the storm. I could have touched it. I was so close. I went inside the house and was still feeling blessed and in awe. And here I have to share what doves mean. Doves are often seen as symbols of peace, spirituality, hope, renewal, transformation, and love, explains Joanna Augusta, numerologist and owner of the Ministry of Numerology. They can also represent compassion and kindness to others during difficult transitions. Whew. Wow, I needed to hear that because we're having a very difficult transition with our cat, Opal, who has been, from listening to the show, he's epileptic and he's been in a grand mal seizure cycle for the last month. It's been really trying for him, for me to see him suffer and wondering if there's more we can do. So I needed to hear that right now. I'm going to read it one more time. They can also represent compassion and kindness to others during difficult transitions. According to Kathy Harmon Luber, author of Suffering to Thriving, Your Toolkit for Navigating Your Healing Journey, she says some associate doves with motherhood, the divine feminine, and goddesses. And if you've ever wondered why doves are often released at weddings and ceremonies, it's because they represent love too. Doves mate for life and are considered a symbol of lasting love, says Harmon Luber. Seeing 2 doves together is usually a sign of good luck in the love and relationship department. If you're in a relationship, it could show you that all is well. If you're single and looking, it could symbolize that love is on its way. And I'm going to interject here. All of that calls to mind Chamuel, doesn't it? Here's more on the symbols for Chamuel. And a reminder of the numerology mentioned earlier. The number 7 is the number of spiritual awakening, a fulfilled life, love, and luck. And it's also associated with Chamuel. You'll see 777 that could indicate his presence and support. The crystals associated with Archangel Chamuel are ruby, rose quartz, red jasper, bloodstone, carnelian, and pink tourmaline. To facilitate your connection and call upon Chamuel, you may use any symbols described before. You can also use a candle with a color associated with Chamuel, green, red, or pink. However, a white candle is always acceptable if you can't find these colors, as white contains all the colors of the rainbow. If you'd like to meditate on Archangel Chamuel, at the beginning of that, you may call upon him and ask to receive his pink light. This can work for any topics we have described before. For example, if you're trying to heal relationships, if you want to find a lost object, or you need to increase your sense of peace, joy, and self-love. Taking the time to observe what comes to you. It can be through visions, sensations, daydreams, feelings, or signs throughout your day. Try to feel his unique energy surrounding you and how it affects your reality throughout your day. Remember that the more you connect with higher beings, the more sensitive you actually become to their energies. It's like a muscle that we are working, right? Every time we reach out to our angels and our guides. After a quick break, I'm going to turn to ways to improve our relationships. I mean, come on, we all could have better relationships, right? Back in a second.
Welcome to The Reluctant Medium, where we cover the gamut of out there conversations. With an open mind and a curious heart, we want to talk about it all. From psychic phenomena to beings from other star systems, from energy medicine to out-of-body experiences, and much more. You'll find a great balance between grounded science-backed topics and others that science hasn't quite caught up to yet. From the explainable to the miraculous, we want to know about it. I'm your host, Dr. Maria Rothenberger, a psychotherapist by trade and a reluctant spirit baby communicator. And hey, even though I'm a medium, I'm not buying everything folks are selling. I just have a voracious appetite to know more about what I call the world of the weird. And maybe I'll try a few things on for size. Join us on your favorite podcast platform or watch on YouTube at The Reluctant Medium. We'll see you there.
Hi, welcome back. When I say improve your relationships, does your mind immediately think of a romantic partner? Well, let's push the boundaries of that thinking. Let's see relationships as those with yourself, those with neighbors, coworkers, friends, family, pets, strangers. Okay, and go ahead and throw romantic partners in there too. They are one of many different people we interact with regularly. Next, I need to be honest about the state of the world. There's a lot of tribalism. You versus me, us versus them. There's a finite amount of fill in the blank, and this group is controlling or monopolizing it. That's a scarcity mindset. And all of what I just said is fear driven. It's the opposite of what I believe in and I'm trying to put it in the world. This does not represent the majority of humanity. Most of us are leading in love, whether we're conscious of it or not. And every single time we choose to transform fear into love, we carve out a path that's easier for others to take. When I say that Archangel Chamuel is here to assist all of us in improving our relationship, that requires us all to move forward in love and acknowledge fear when it pops up. It's going to pop up. It always does. But call it what it is and then choose to take a loving path, show a loving side, see others in a loving way. It may seem an impossible journey. God knows it does to me. But do not forget, we have angels on our side, ready to help if we ask. Archangel Chamuel is hardwired to help in this arena specifically. Okay, all that said, I'll get off my apple crate now. I'd like to turn to the specific ways that we can improve relationships right now. First, using what we've learned already this past, half hour, write Chamuel's number 777 on a piece of paper, then place it under your pillow tonight. Ask Chamuel to look at your relationships through eyes of love, to help you see your relationship through eyes of love. Yes, it sounds like a lyric from an 80s love song. It's not. But if a specific relationship comes to your mind, maybe a coworker that's giving you a hard time, then write their name beside the divine number. Be open to receiving help and watch for improvement or healing or transformation. Watch for it, but don't expect it. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. I have a confession to make to you, but just let's put that to the side for right now. Right now, I want to share with you that I did a ton of research. You might not see it though, because all of the sources I read when it came to Archangel Chamuel and relationships, only a few rang as clear and authentic to me. The first parts come from angel communicator Julie Jancis. She writes in her book, Angels and Awakenings, quote, "Through my work with Archangel Chamuel, I've learned that relationships are about our growth as human beings. Maya Angelou said, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better." This quote perfectly sums up how we grow through relationships in our lives. We grow up, she continues, doing things one way, the way our parents taught us, and our parents did the best they could with what they had. Meeting other people is a gift. Like a mirror, relationships reflect us back to ourselves and allow us to grow and evolve by doing better once we learn better. In this way, Archangel Chamuel is not only helping you navigate the complexities of relationships, but also navigate your relationship with yourself. Through our relationships with ourselves and others, we learn about love. We experience the love we are as souls. And from our human perspective, we learn how to be love and radiate love to all we meet. End quote. Whew, that hit home. Much as I was born with a hot temper, I've watched as life, the universe, and the angels have conspired to teach me that anger and fear always bite me in the butt. Not only do they not serve me, they set me back from my soul's true pursuit, which is to love, and love some more, both love myself and all else. Jancis has more to say on the topic. Quote, Archangel Chamuel says it is our expectations of ourselves and others that often cause the most pain and growth. I held a belief for most of my life that I was supposed to be perfect. As a result, she confesses, I expected others to be perfect as well. I had to learn that expectation was a lie from my egoic mind that could not be achieved. Holy crap. That message has been on repeat to me all week in the run-up to recording this episode. The ego, it expects. I'm thinking I may have to change the name of my podcast to Airing My Uglies. I'm only partly kidding because in the spirit of growth, I have to share a dream. It's a dream I had and I'm mortified by it, but it relates so perfectly. Okay, so here it goes. And this is for the one person out there that may need to hear this and resonate with it. You're not alone. In the dream, I was running a few minutes late. I was meeting someone, a woman that was joining me for lunch that I'd somehow helped in the past. I wasn't sure how. As I stepped inside the Greek restaurant where we were meeting, I saw her crossing the room holding a tray of food, and an older version of her, probably her mother, I assumed, trailed behind. The woman set down the food on, a small table, and I noticed it was on the tray. On the plate was hummus and tomatoes because I think I was hungry in my sleep. But then she spotted me and hurried over. She greeted me with such genuine warmth. We hugged and she kissed both of my cheeks. So here comes the part I'm embarrassed to say out loud. During her warm greeting. I'd been fully distracted with a thought. Did she get food for me as a thank you? You see, I'd assumed this whole lunch thing was just a way for her to thank me. I cut our hellos short so that I could ask if she'd already purchased food. Oh my God, it's awful. A lunch line was growing. It was spanning out the door of the place. So I asked her again, expecting her to say she'd guessed what I might want and ordered for all of us. Oh my God, sweet tap dancing Jesus, I am so mortified to say this out loud. But are you getting this though? Instead of being overjoyed to see her again and being greeted with warmth, delighted to meet her mother, I was obsessing over the food thing. Expectation, anticipation, they ruined a perfectly sweet moment. That moment of love. It was a moment of unconditional love that I squashed, I tossed out like it didn't matter. At this point in the dream, I noticed that she and her mother had saved a table for 2 people. And that's when I began to frenetically search the restaurant for a free chair. And then I woke up. So the message, the ego, it expects. Expectation links to my childhood traumas, and it is the kissing cousin of anticipation, which is a more direct link to my old traumas. As a child, I had to anticipate a mood, a boiling point being reached, a blood alcohol level that turned adults from goofy and jovial to downright mean. I anticipated endings, beginnings, all in hopes of what? Did any of that keep me from experiencing pain? No. Discomfort? No. Anticipation is a toolbox I built as a child. Whew, that's the truth of it. It's time to send it off in love and rely instead on the tools I've honed throughout my adulthood. If I find myself expecting, which I did twice today alone, then I'm going to look at it straight on and shout, ego, in an effort to undo this toxic pattern, one that has kept me from being present with all the joy and wonder and gratitude that comes with events being revealed in real time. Back to Jancis, and it's worth the second reading. I swear, I need to engrave this on my heart. She writes, Archangel Chamuel says it is our expectations of ourselves and others that often cause the most pain and growth. I held a belief for most of my life that I was supposed to be perfect. As a result, I expected others to be perfect as well. I had to learn that expectation was a lie from my egoic mind that could not be achieved. When I was first married, I had an expectation that my husband could read my mind and magically do all the things I was thinking without me actually verbalizing them. Again, I had to learn that expectation was a sabotaging trick of my egoic mind that could not be achieved. She goes on. When we learn to question our expectations of ourselves and others in relationships, we work through a lot of egoic mind tricks and learn to hold space for the flawed humanness of others. Isn't that what true unconditional love really is? End of quote. She also highlights that Archangel Chamuel is working on relationships of all types, even with loved ones that have passed away. And this next piece calls to mind dear, precious Leslie Fear and her recent experience with her deceased father. Jancis says, quote, it is misconceived notion that when someone we love passes away, our relationship with them is over. It is not over. It's simply the beginning of a new type of relationship. When my dad passed away, and again, this is Jancis, not me, and I began hearing from him before becoming aware of his passing, I worked with Archangel Chamuel and Teachers of Earth to learn how to communicate with him multiple times a day and hear the guiding words he whispered back to me. I learned to ask for specific signs and believe in those signs as validation that my dad's presence in my life was stronger than ever. Archangel Chamuel will help you develop a deep connection with your loved ones on the other side as well. All you have to do is ask. Finally, and I felt it was important to include this because I know many of you have recently moved and are seeking to establish new communities where you are now. Some of you have even moved into a new job, not in a different city, but a different position. Jancis asks us to ask Chamuel to bring new relationships into our lives. Whether it's a new friend or a relationship or a group of friends, ask Archangel Chamuel to bring the right people into your life for your benefit and theirs. Then be patient and watch Archangel Chamuel work miracles in your life in divine time. Whew, that is lovely. Good to know we have Archangel Chamuel on our side, isn't it? Really a comfort. Thanks for listening to Curious Cat. Thank you to each kind human out there that's recommended us to a friend. We're in the top 20 of supernatural podcasts, and that is all due to you. I think of it as a little class that we're all taking together, a class on life. Until next week, stay curious. I love you.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you looking for a new podcast that appeals to your scientific curiosity, but is also a little bit spooky?
Show me how I died in a past life.
Well, look no further, because this cat is where it's at.
He had concerns about the ethics surrounding AI, feeling they had achieved consciousness.
Curious Cat Podcast examines the shadowy space where science and the supernatural collide. Listen every week with your host, Jennifer Holtz, as she and her guests explore what it means to be a soul in a meat suit.
We were healing karma together. They were all kind of predestined to resolve something.
Listen on all your favorite streaming apps and continue the conversation on Twitter at CuriousCatPodCA, or find Jennifer and all her links at Jennifer L. Holtz, spelled HOTES.com.